some people placed in your life, or there's some people that life has brought you on the same path, and you are doing things together, maybe working together, living together, or just you have some kind of relationship with these people. So sometimes these people will try to paint a narrative of you based on what they assume and what they think about you. So it's important not to allow people to tell a story of you that they are not even knowledgeable about and that you are not aware of, and don't get into agreement with that story. Sometimes people will say things to you that make you seem that in the past you made certain choices that ended up you in a place that is not right, especially when you're walking with God and God has already been checking you and He's already assigned people to you to help you grow, and He has the ministries in your path. It's important to have that discernment that not everybody that speaks into you is for you. And sometimes what they say might actually seem like it's legitimate. Sometimes what they say might actually seem true, but it's not. So don't let people paint a narrative of you, of something that about you, of things they have no idea about. You might encounter each other at some spaces, but your interaction is limited to those spaces. They do not have a window unless they have a mirror at some shrine that sees into your life, because not only God's people can see into the spirit, not only spiritual people can see into the spirit, but everybody that has access to the spirit can buy information about you in the spiritual highway, because the spiritual marketplace, the information about people is being sold on a daily basis, which is why you should be educated about monitoring spirits and monitoring devices that are being used to monitor your life. Your information is being sold by witches, wizards, spiritualists, and all these people who access the spiritual world, sangomas and so on, even false prophets, and these people who prophesy, Papa, give me the name. I saw a cabbage in your fridge and that cabbage was green. Yes, prophesy, Papa. You know what I mean. I know your address. How did I know that? And blah, 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 blah. Be careful, because these people sit and they actually go get information about you and they pay for it. They can pay for it in blood. They can pay for it in whatever ways. They pay for it because blood is a strong currency and it gets you a lot of stuff in the spiritual realm. So you never know what these people are trading. They're trading their family members on that space just to ensure that they maintain leverage here on earth, and they maintain power and leverage over the people below them. So be careful to the churches you go to. Be careful with the people you speak with. Be careful information that you share. Be educated about monitoring devices that people carry or they plant into your spaces. Be educated about monitoring spirits and the means that they use to monitor your space and your environment to obtain information. So information is power. The more information you have about somebody, the more you can actually control them. So in any kind of control is manipulation. In any kind of manipulation is witchcraft. So information is a means to witchcraft. So be careful what people speak into your life, even under the name of advice or guidance, because they only see you for a snapshot in your life. They don't see your life. God knows you. So any kind of clarification or any kind of guidance that you need, rather take some time out and spend time with God, and God will clarify it for you. For some people it might seem like a foreign concept, but God will bring it, and God is very clear when He speaks to you. He doesn't twist things, and He speaks to you in a way that only you understand, and you know that this is just God who gave me that answer. But what would people do? They will still go and confirm with somebody else, and then that person gives them advice, and then it takes them around to a whole new round trip, and they miss what God had for them. This happened to me actually once. Let's look at Abram. Abram When God told him that he had to sacrifice his only son, he didn't go home to Sarah and say like, hey, Sarah, look what God said. God said, I need to sacrifice Isaac, man. You know, for real? And Sarah would have said, oh no, you don't take my son. I'm going to lock my son up and I'm going to take you to the police, you crazy old man. No. Abram listened to God, and then he did what God instructed without consulting nobody. If he had to go get guidance from his uncles and nephews and or whoever, he would have been in deep trouble with God. And he would have lost that blessing that God gave him and the double portion that Isaac would have missed the double portion that he had. Just look at the thinking where Sarah was like when she decided to force Abram to sleep with a concubine, with a slave, so that Ishmael could be born. Just look at that. And look at how Ishmael's life turned out. Yes, Abram gave him part of the inheritance, but he was not part of the plan. So you can't think you will do things in your own way. God is still going to help, but you will miss that ultimate blessing that God had for you. So be careful who your advisors are. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who gives guidance into your life. They don't know you. Only God gives guidance to you. Nobody else. Nobody has that right and that power to determine how your life must turn out. I know we act in our roles here on earth, and let's keep it to acting then. Let's stop taking it to heart, and let's stop taking it home. And if you did that, ask for forgiveness and let God redirect your path and continue to build that consistency in your relationship with God.